Time now for Reporters Roundtable to put the headlines in perspective. Bud and Ross both with us. Ross, will start with you and the recent Texas Tribune poll. Biggest concern was illegal immigration, something that wasn't always the case in this state. Is this the Trump effect taking over?
Well, I think, Texans have always been concerned about illegal immigration. The way they're concerned about it has changed a little bit. They're much more of a hard line than they were before. And, it sounds like they're kind of in line with Trump on doing something about the border.
What's your reaction to that, Bud?
Governor Patrick had talked about immigration, guard the border for a couple of years, but all of a sudden Trump comes along. Now it's a primary concern. I looked a year ago, Texans' top concerns were the economy, terrorism, federal spending. Immigration was fourth. Now it's gone above terrorism. Let's see if we're still that worried when they start condemning all the land to build the wall.
Wow. The Trump administration has rescinded rules on school bathrooms for transgender students, Ross. Where does that leave the debate now in the bathroom bill that's in the Senate?
I don't think it really has much of an effect on it. The federal guidelines kind of started this fire, but it's burning now. And Dan Patrick, the lieutenant governor, has been pushing these bathroom regulations. He said the other day that Trump's ruling would help his cause. We'll see. He has to get the votes in the Senate. The harder sell is in the House. It's still a hard sell.
This takes away one of the bigger claims, was that your public schools would be affected and colleges would be affected. But the bill still applies to all public buildings. The bill didn't grow out of the Obama Education Department ruling. The bill grew out of the election in Houston. So it still has that fire behind it of fighting back against the gay agenda, unquote.
And Bud, Ross said it was a hard sell. Any sign of support from the House or from Governor Abbott?
I think I don't even know if there's that much support in the Senate for it. It looks like that outside of Governor Abbott's one tweet, which basically said NFL keep out of Texas's business, didn't really support the bill, just kind of fended off the outsider. And we haven't seen much change.
I haven't heard from him since then on that. Ross, overhauling Child Protective Services, clearly an emergency item everyone is behind, but there's also a plan in the Senate to privatize some foster care work, and that's gaining traction, huh?
Yeah, there's some proposals to, foster care is in bad shape, CPS is in worse shape, so it's getting most of the attention. But, they've got kids sleeping in state office buildings from time to time in foster care programs. They need to do something, and one of the proposals is to allow group homes that would be privately run, privatizing that part of foster care. We'll see where that goes. Bud?
Privatizing is a last resort in this case. When you get to CPS, the ACH in Fort Worth has done a good job with a pilot program. It's worked well, but the Senate's going in a different direction with this.
Gentlemen, thank you guys very much. We appreciate it. And thank you for watching as well.